Hey everybody, JCB here at the Awesomist, and you're watching the Awesomist Reviews. As some of you know, I am a teacher by day and a YouTuber by later that day. What you might not know is that one of the subjects I teach is called Applied Arts, which is basically the application of artistic and design principles on everyday items and products. In college, Applied Arts courses talk about how art is applied to specific subgenres of topics, say for instance political propaganda. They teach you the history of art being used for propaganda purposes and how it's still being used today, and the differences between then and now, and what are the moral implications, etc., etc. I teach high schoolers, so it's a little bit more generalized. For instance, we'll spend a couple weeks talking about industrial design and product design, which are two topics you could literally spend your entire college career taking courses on. One of the examples I'll use in my lessons on product design is this moon lamp, which always elicits oohs and ahs from my students. Obviously, a lamp doesn't have to look like the moon in order to function well. In fact, there are plenty of boring lamps that work just fine. The point is, if you can use your artistic and design skills to make something that is normally boring and bland into something beautiful, not only does it make it more likely people will buy that product, but you also help make the world a more beautiful place. So as a surprise to my students who were so blown away by that moon lamp, at the end of the school year I actually purchased one from Amazon. So on the last day of school, the students were pretty excited to see that I actually had one of these moon lamps they were so enthralled with earlier in the year. But before I get too ahead of myself, let's unbox this thing. It's boxed pretty simply. They use natural packing materials, which is great. The stand is easy to assemble. The lamp itself just looks like an unassuming white ball at first, and it has a remote control with lots of features. The moon is powered by an included USB cable that charges the internal battery, so yes, you don't have to have this thing plugged in all the time in order for it to work. You can carry it around with you, which makes it perfect for like a nightlight if you're going to go camping or something with the kiddos. I, on the other hand, will be keeping this little guy in my classroom for educational purposes. I don't really have any complaints about this lamp. I would like it a little bit more if it had some like shading and shadow details on the surface, but it's a sphere and you can more or less rotate it around any direction you want, so having painted on shadows wouldn't really be practical. The remote is the only way to control all of the lamp's features, and it has quite a few options. At the top you have on and off, as well as brightness controls. The biggest option set is the color selection keys. You have primary, secondary, and even a few tertiary colors to choose from, as well as white of course. On the right side you have different effects options. Flash, which changes between 7 colors quickly, Strobe, which changes between 3 colors slowly, Fade, which changes between 7 colors slowly, and Smooth, which changes between 3 colors quickly. But fear not, if you happen to lose the remote, there's actually a little button right here you can use to cycle through all the colors until it turns back off. I have to say I'm really happy with this lamp. I put a link down in the description below just in case you're interested and you want to check it out. I'm just really excited to actually have one of these things after only having a photo of one for the entire school year. Anyway, that's my review of this moon lamp. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe as I release new videos every week. And until next time, keep being awesome. For not having a track below you, but you're still sitting down in a fairly standard car. After that, we have Apocalypse. This is a wooden coaster, but like the last two, it doesn't go upside down at all. It's fast and tall and feels bumpy, but will still be a good next step in the thrill department. Plus, you want that wooden coaster cred. It's one of the early achievements any coaster enthusiast should unlock.